Second disclaimer, under no circumstances do I own Sonic the Hedgehog or any canon characters. I do, however, copyright all material previously not copyrighted by Sega, Sonic Team, etc.
Oh my god, actually trying to copyright this shit. Okay, anyway.
You know what? If he wants us, he can have us. Come at us, guy. If you
Alright.
want
Sonic Goes
copyright.
Cyber by Mementi Mori.
Okay, so, are you ready?
If sorry, of all the people to have a Confederate flag, like of all the places I'd find it, I would not expect it to be.
Yeah. That's like something you see on Steam from people you don't want to play online with.
Yeah.
Same with the
He tried to
copyright
copyright
and the
this as
filthy
well.
Frank picture.
Yeah.
Anyway, the day was warm and sunny. Not hot, mind you, but a pleasant temperature with a light breeze blowing by that made it just perfect for running. And running was what Sonic the Hedgehog liked to do best.
No way.
He felt the sun lightly beating down on the back of his neck as he dashed along the ground, only stopping when he came to the edge of the plateau. As he stopped for a breather, he surveyed the sight of the hilly desert landscape with a small station square far away in the distance. As he stopped to take his breath, he noticed a dust cloud rolling along the desert floor below. It hadn't rained for a while, so the idea of a dust cloud was not alien to him. But for a dust cloud to exist, something must be making it, and the easiest way to make a dust cloud is to run. And in addition, whatever it was, it must be going very fast from the size of this particular cloud. Sonic smiled to himself as he thought this. After all, running by oneself can be great exercise, but it tends to be boring, especially way out in the desert. Now that's relatable. He quickly found a way down off the cliff and ran to catch up with whoever this person was. It can't be Shadow, he thought to himself. His his hover skates wouldn't throw off this much dust, unless of course he decided to take them off to practice, in which case he shouldn't be able to go this fast. But before he knew it, he had caught up to the strange person. Hey, he had addressed the person. Hello, it replied. He couldn't help but think that the person had a rather feminine voice, not like Amy or Creams or anyone else, but feminine nonetheless. How's it hanging? Huh? How are you? Okay, I guess. Just okay? See no reason to be otherwise. This is getting nowhere fast, he thought to himself. Then suddenly, out of the blue, an idea came to him. Hey! Yes? You're a girl, right? I suppose I would classify myself as such. Want a race? What's in it for me? If you win, I'll go out on a date with... What's a date?
Wait a second.
You have to be kidding me, he thought to himself. A date is a time when you go out and do something and have fun with another person, he responded. Well,
Wait a second. So he would only erase them if they were a girl.
yeah. What do you think, Sonic's queer?
Sonic has raised so many countless people.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, Ben. Sonic is definitely not gay in this story, considering they have a Confederate flag as their picture.
Not in this story, but in some of the other stories, possibly.
Oh yeah, he's extremely gay most of the time.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
mean,
One
Sonic
about the
X
feet?
Tails, true OTP.
Okay, anyway. Fun. Okay, sounds interesting. I accept the challenge. Without any warning, the stranger suddenly began to pick up speed and pull away from Sonic. And just for a moment, as if did he saw a flash of pink in the dust. Did I just agree to a date with Amy? He thought to himself. No way in Mobius is that going to happen. It never occurred to him that both him and the stranger were racing close to the sound barrier, a feat of which Amy could only dream of. He sped up to match past her, but even as he did, the stranger sped up even more to the point where they were racing neck and neck. What are we racing to? Oh, wait, no, that's them. What are we racing to? The thought had never occurred to Sonic. You just race a race, not to any one point. As he looked up, inspiration hit him. How about those two rocks? They look somewhat like finish line posts. Affirmative. The two rocks rapidly grew large. I can't keep up with all this voice changing. The two rocks
Sneak away.
grew larger as the two racers streaked toward them. Side by side, they kept accelerating so as to get ahead of the other. Until, just when they were almost there, the stranger put on just enough speed so as to get about an inch in front of Sonic. Then, just as quickly as they had been speeding up, both racers dug their heels in to slow down. Sonic bent over his knees, panting. He had never raced so hard in his life, outside of saving the world a time or two. You, you. He tried to speak as he panted for breath. Then, taking a long inhale, he looked up at his competitor and for the first time saw the face of the first person to hand him defeat in a long time. You're a robot! And indeed it was. A robotic hedgehog, about as tall as him, stood about 4 feet away. She was about his height, but her spikes were arranged like Amy's, but were longer, and she was pink just like Amy. Taking into account the obvious fact that she was a robot, the most notable facet about her was her remarkably organic features. I'm still losing myself here in the madness, such as the fact that she actually had a mouth and spoke with only the slightest reminiscence of the metallic ting that was so common to most robots.
I don't want to interrupt you here, but I think you're doing a wonderful job, Chris.
I want to kill myself. I keep losing myself.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's truly.
I can't believe you managed to bite the bullet this much. Like this is so
Yeah.
much.
No, I'll keep going. I'll read.
You're really committed.
Are you doing all the voices? Who's doing what voice?
Oh, I'm doing
Yeah,
every
Chris is
single
doing all
voice.
of
Oh my
I'm
god.
just good at
I was
doing different
wondering,
voices.
I was like, there's another girl on this? Who's doing that lovely feminine voice?
I just happen to be good at doing a lot of different voices.
I
Like
snuck
Sonic.
away for a second, now I'm lost.
Shit. Let's see, where were we?
The metallic ting.
Yeah. The look of astonishment on Sonic the Hedgehog's face was so obvious that anyone, including the robot before him, could have noticed it. And the robot did notice it. She grew obviously nervous and looked down at her feet, which were shuffling nervously in the dust. I'm sorry, I
I
didn't.
wonder if she's
I'm
nervous.
sorry, I didn't tell you.
Why is she shuffling?
Not that much. Yeah, every day I'm shuffling. Remember that shitty song? You don't have to take me out if you don't want to. Sonic shook his head. You are trying to kill me, so you being a robot isn't that much of a problem. That's everyone.
Sonic X robot.
And Sonic the Hedgehog always keeps his promises, no matter what. So come on. He grabbed her hand and started to dash towards Station Square. I mean, fuck. He grabbed her hand and started to dash towards Station Square, but stopped before he had even gone one step. By the way, what is your name? I've told you mine, but I don't even know yours. I don't have one. At least not one I can remember. That's odd. Eggman usually names his robots. Eggman? The egg-shaped villain that usually tries to also goes by Master, Dr. Eggman, Dr. Ivo Robotnik. That was as far as Sonic got. Dr. Robotnik did not make me. Snapped. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me just then. I just did it out of reaction. It's okay. Whoever made you. Wait. Who the hell is speaking?
It's Sonic now.
It's okay. Whoever took the time to build the instinctive hatred of him into your system, but we'll have to make up a name for you. I can't just call you or something like that all the time. Thought for a minute. Hey, I've got it. You look a bit of an acquaintance of mine named Amy, so I'll call you Cyber Amy or CA for short. That way it stays simple and fast, but anyone can tell the difference between you and her. Plus, it won't double up with any of Eggman's stupid robots. The newly named CA replied. Sorry. I'll keep it. I can't keep up with all the voices. I'm losing my sanity slowly.
It's kind of messed up that Sonic's naming her after Amy.
Yeah.
And now going on a date with her when he
And
would
it's
never
also
go on a
like-
date with Amy.
Just like give her a name. Like CA's taken. It's California. Like come on.
The hedgehogs
Wait,
ran
but
off
then
hand in hand towards the city. As they approached the city, CA asked Sonic, "Hey Sonic, what do you do on a date?" I really don't have much of an idea, but I thought we could go to the top of the tallest building in town and look around for some ideas. That sounds like a good idea, but how will we get up to the roof? I assume that most people will act like you did when you first saw me and get really scared. There is that, he thought for a moment. Since you can easily match my speed, why don't we just run up the side? I do it all the time. It seems suitable for me. The two friends picked up speed to be able to make the run straight up the side of the Station Square tallest building, with the positive result that most people who saw them just thought that it was Sonic out for an afternoon run. Then, the next thing they knew, they were standing on the best place in Station Square for a view. Sonic ran his eyes across the vast city below. Hey, CA, have you ever been to the movies? No, but I know what they are. Know of any good movies? If you know of any good ones that sound like a good idea. Yeah, I thought so too. Catch a movie and then pick up a quick bite. Oops, I forgot you can't eat, can you? Negative. Although I am an android, I do possess the ability to absorb and digest both carbohydrates and proteins. In plain English, you can eat food like everyone else. Affirmative. I possess that ability as a way to augment or replace the power output from my internal reactor and battery.
God, if
Sonic
she encounters a
Whoa.
lipid, she's fucked. Sorry.
they better make sure they don't eat any mac. I hear
Yeah,
that.
no
Any
fat.
fiber? Any fiber at all?
But can she drink water?
No.
Yeah, you know, water's important, man.
Yeah,
we
Sonic's
absorb a
being
lot of
pretty
our water
irresponsible.
through food.
Okay. Sonic put his
Onwards.
hand up to rub his forehead and shook his head at the same time. A simple yes would have done the job just fine. No need to go all science techie on me. Sorry. It's fine. Just try to go a little bit lighter on the vocabulary of a dumbass. But I can manage that. Although the person at the ticket window looked at them funny, he sold them the movie tickets. The same going for everyone else around. The sight of a robot was somewhat adverse, but the fact that she was accompanied by the famous hero Sonic the Hedgehog made most of that fear dissipate. After the movie, they swung by an ice cream stand and sat down in the park to talk while they ate their snack. So you don't remember anything about who made you or anything like that? No, the first thing I remember is waking up in a room that was utterly torn apart with part of the roof caved in and equipment strewn everywhere. After that, I just wanted to get away as quick as possible, so I started running, and then I ran into you. That's weird. I don't know of anyone other than Eggman who had the technology to design a robot of any sort, let alone one advanced enough to be able to eat and talk intelligently. But I'm pretty sure if he made you, he would not have made you deny knowing him so fervently. I'm losing my fucking mind here. That would seem in line with what I have observed as well, though my experience is not anywhere as close to as broad as yours. Oh, well, it's the sun's setting, so I should be getting home sometime soon. I really enjoyed hanging with you today. As he stood up to go, he felt a hand grab his glove. He turned around to see Cyber Amy with a slightly sad look in her eyes. That must be see. Sure, just tell me where you plan to spend the night and I can stop by first thing. Oh, they're gonna fuck. Cyber Amy continued to look at the ground and shook her head slightly. Oh, that's right. You don't have a place to stay. Well, I would be a pretty poor friend to just leave you here. Don't worry, I'll think of something. At his words, Cyber Amy looked up with a mixture of happiness and confusion on her face. I know, Sonic said suddenly. I've got just the perfect place for you. Come on. Shit, this is 3 chapters.